Jannik and Aryna Sabalenka face warnings after Grand Slam boycott comments in the world of tennis. There is real chaos among the players after they decided to raise their voices and publicly oppose the latest changes in the world of tennis, mostly those related to the financial nature. Aryna Sabalenka was among the first to publicly oppose, saying that the players will probably boycott at some point if they do not receive a higher percentage of revenue from the Grand Slams, i.e. at the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open. Several of her colleagues firmly defended Aryna Sabalenka, stressing that it is certainly commendable if they decide to boycott the Grand Slams. Coco Gauff is one of those who is ready to take such a step if there is a general agreement between the players. However, not long after, male tennis players also decided to stand up for their female colleagues, but also to equally protect their rights. Novak Djokovic says that he supports the right of players to call for a boycott because of the prize fund at Grand Slam tournaments, but he is currently observing the situation from the sidelines. According to Novak Djokovic, he has previously shown a willingness to publicly oppose certain turbulences and changes, but at this moment he is not ready to be one of the leading figures to raise his voice. However, he stands by Aryna Sabalenka, claiming that what she is doing is a benefit for everyone, not just them. According to the Serbian tennis player, every figure in the tennis hierarchy plays an important role, so it is important that everyone agrees and respects each other. Jannik also defended Sabalenka, expressing his readiness to boycott if everyone agrees. Mark Petchey and Coco Vandeweghe react. Many important figures in the tennis world have decided to react to the latest turbulences, often sharing controversial and sometimes bizarre opinions. However, the views of Mark Petchey and Coco Vandeweghe stand out as particularly interesting. While a guest on the Tennis Channel, this duo shared some interesting points of view. Petchey insists that while actions like this are commendable, it's important that Sabalenka and her peers understand how important it is to criticize the ATP and WTA Tour. Petchey emphasizes that there is a problem, but on the other hand, he believes that the distribution can be fairer, while stressing that it is definitely important to look at the tour, especially at the ATP 250 tournaments. I think it's important to remember what the slams are doing. I think you've got to look at things like Sabalenka last year. 58% of her prize money came from the majors. That's just 27 matches compared to 75 that she played throughout the course of the season, said Petchey, as quoted by Tennis 365. If we take a look at the men's top 100, 62% of their prize money comes from the Grand Slams. That equates to just 14% of their play in the season. I think the issue lies on both sides. Can it be fairer? I think there's no question in my mind that there can be a fairer split of the revenues at the majors. But I do think you've got to look at the tours and the jobs they're doing, particularly when you go down to like the 250 events. $6,500 for a first-round loss at a 250 is not a great number. So I think that somewhere in the middle of all of this, you've got to remember just how much the slams are doing. If you look from 100 down to 200 in the rankings and the amount of money that the slams are putting in that period, I think it's about 70% of the players' money from 100 to 200 comes from the majors. They are pulling a lot of weight here.